Got that. I never got that.
Ma'am, you need to stop talking while the court's talking.
This law firm has done nothing but harass me. I am here under duress. I live on Social Security. I will be 69 years old in the fall. Somebody trying to sell me.
No, I'm not going to tell you.
No, I'm finished.
I
want to speak.
Wow.
You're taking advantage of somebody that's not being represented by an attorney under maritime law. I'm representing myself under the power and the attorneys of Jesus Christ. Good luck to you guys with Donald J. Trump. Maritime law.
A heated courtroom exchange unfolded today between a judge and a 69-year-old woman who insists she doesn't have to pay her debts. She's in court over an unpaid credit card balance of more than $900. Yet she's refusing to acknowledge any obligation. Classic sovereign citizen rhetoric. This isn't her first time attempting this strategy. In fact, it's her third court appearance for similar cases, with the previous two involving thousands of dollars. Surprisingly, those cases were dismissed. How does that even happen? Last time I checked, simply declaring yourself exempt from the law doesn't make it true. Let me know your thoughts on this case in the comments below. Now, let's dive in and watch how this courtroom showdown unfolds.
Judge Hillman, Cezanne Barda.
Well, you're an attorney, sir?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. All right. I couldn't tell based on the way you're dressed. We do expect lawyers to wear ties and suits for court proceedings, Mr. Barda.
Yes, Your Honor. I completely apologize. There are two attorneys that handled our docket via Zoom today. Both failed to appear. I don't know why, and now I'm scrambling. I apologize.
Okay. All right. Is Ruth Conway present?
Yep.
Okay. Good afternoon. All right. So this is plaintiff's motion for summary disposition. Ms. Conway, the plaintiff filed a request to have a judgment granted in this matter. Mr. Barda, do you wish to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor. Our motion is based on MCR 2.116C9C10. We don't believe there's a genuine issue of material fact to move forward to trial. This is a straightforward collection matter whereby it was original creditor of Credit One Bank. LVNB purchased that, and all the chain of title and bill of sale documentation is attached to our motion. We also have billing statements showing charges made and payments made, which comports with the account stated theory in the state of Michigan. The address on those billing statement matches the same address where the proof of service went for this file. And we also have an affidavit from our client stating how much is owed at this time. Defendant not only failed to file a response to our motion for summary disposition, but also failed to file a counter affidavit, which is required by court rule. And even looking at her answer, all she states is she doesn't believe that this is her debt. I believe that plaintiff has provided proof and has established that this account was the defendant's, and I don't believe there's been there hasn't been a defense raised to be able to prevail at this time. Plaintiff respectfully requests that our motion for summary disposition be granted.
Okay. All right, Ms. Conway. So I have this motion for summary disposition that was filed by the plaintiff back on December 17th. I don't have any written response that was filed by you. I see you're holding up some kind of a receipt. I don't know what that's a receipt for, but we did receive your answer to the complaint. What date is on that receipt that you're holding up, ma'am?
October 29th.
Okay, so I think you're referring to your answer to the complaint that you filed in this matter, which was dated, let's see, which is dated October 28th. So I'm guessing that what you're holding up is verification that you filed an answer to the complaint. However, there was a motion for summary disposition, and basically
I never got that.
I'm not buying it. The plaintiff has her address, so there's no way she didn't receive the notice. Mail doesn't just vanish into thin air. unless her mailbox is sitting on the edge of a black hole. Let's be real here. She's 69 years old. At some point, you have to take responsibility. You can't just ignore legal notices like you're in some kind of spy movie. The law actually assumes that if something is properly mailed to your last known address, it's considered delivered. It's called the mailbox rule. So unless she's out here claiming the Postal Service has some kind of personal vendetta against her, I'm not buying her story. What do you all think? She might be pretending not to know what's going on, but it's hard to believe she's actually being truthful.
There was a motion for summary disposition. That's a request for a judgment, and it has an affidavit attached to it, and it has bills showing that you had a Credit One credit card and that you had made certain charges. It looks like there's charges to Meyer and Mason. There's charges to the city of Mason on the credit card, Dollar Tree, and Celebration Cinema. And what the plaintiff has indicated is that that Credit One account was purchased by LVNV funding, the plaintiff in this case, and that based on the fact that you had used the credit card and you had made payments on the credit card under Michigan law, that's a cause of action for account stated, and you would have an obligation to file an affidavit indicating that those were not your charges and you did not have an account with Credit One, and you've not filed that. Is there anything you would like to tell the court, ma'am? This is the time for you to make your response.
Okay, I'm making this statement. I am here under duress. I have formally put in a formal complaint to the Consumers Finance Protection Bureau. I don't know who LVNV Funding is. I have never heard of them in my entire life. This law firm has done nothing but harass me with document after document. I had 3 collection agencies approach me on this matter. I contacted the other 2, told them exactly the same thing I told this firm, but this firm has continued to harass me. I have made that formal complaint to the Consumers Finance Protection. Whether they protect me or a loaning institute is another story. I am here under duress. I live on Social Security. I will be 69 years old in the fall, and I do not have a job. I do not work. I have 14 grandchildren. I'm a mother of 5, and 2 of them are veterans of the United States military. I help with my 14 grandchildren. So I don't have a job. I will collect Social Security.
Okay, let me ask you this. Did you have a credit card at Credit One?
I do not ever recall having a credit card.
Oh yeah, her defense is rock solid, truly convincing stuff. She's arguing that since she has kids and grandkids and doesn't have a job, she somehow isn't responsible for her own credit card debt. Make it make sense. Not having a job doesn't magically erase financial obligations. It's pretty clear she's just unemployed, relying on Social Security, and likely using other credit cards to get by. But here's the thing. Credit card companies don't care where the payment comes from, as long as they get paid. Yet her entire argument seems to be that having a family somehow excuses her from paying what she owes. The judge isn't having any of it, and in just a few minutes, things are about to get intense. Let's dive back in.
Of credit. In my past, whenever I had credit, it was a decent amount of money that I had on a credit card balance that I was allowed to borrow. I don't know. You tell me why I get a phone call every other day of somebody trying to sell me.
No, I'm not going to tell you.
No, I'm finished. I want to speak.
Wow.
That I get a phone call every other day. How do these people know I don't have Medicare B? How do they know that? I get harassed to buy Medicare B. I can't afford Medicare B. I live on Social Security. So how do I get them knowing I don't have it? You tell me.
Okay. All right. Anything further, Mr. Barta?
No, I would ask for our motion to be granted at this time, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Well, Ms. Conway, we do have rules in lawsuits in terms of what's necessary to get past a summary disposition motion. You would have been required to file an affidavit verifying that you never had any credit card with Credit One, and that you were not the person that used this credit card that was in your name and made out to your address. And
Excuse
so,
me, but I was never asked. I was never asked by the court or received a document telling me I needed to do that. You're taking advantage of somebody that's not being represented by an attorney under maritime law. I'm representing myself under the power and the attorneys of Jesus Christ.
okay, all right, thank you, ma'am. So a summary disposition is granted for the plaintiff, and
I live on Social Security. I know federal law.
ma'am, you need to stop talking while the court's talking. Mr. Barta, you can submit a judgment under the 7-day rule with the court. That's all for the record. Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck to you guys with Donald J. Trump. Maritime law is going bye-bye. You're going to have to all relearn constitutional law, thanks to MAGA and us ain't.
Well, that took an unexpected turn. Some people really have a habit of playing the victim, and this woman is a perfect example. She refuses to pay what she owes, tries to gain sympathy from the judge, and then suddenly starts talking about Donald Trump, completely unrelated to anything happening in the courtroom. I have no idea what point she was trying to make, and honestly, I don't think she does either. The law isn't something you get to pick and choose from just because you don't like your situation. Whether she agrees with it or not, debt laws exist, and she's still responsible for what she owes. Trying to derail the case with a random political rant isn't going to change that. At the end of the day, the law doesn't care about distractions, excuses, or whoever is trending in the news. If you take out a credit card, use it, and don't pay it back, that's a breach of contract, plain and simple. Judges have heard every excuse in the book, so playing the sympathy card isn't going to erase her debt. She signed up for that credit card, she used it, and now she has to deal with the consequences. That's just how contracts work. Sovereign citizens might not like contracts. That doesn't change the fact that she agreed to one the moment she got that card. What do you guys think? Was she genuinely confused, or was this just another attempt to play the victim? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this, be sure to like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, and take care.